All right, so this is the practical guide to unbroking yourself. So if you're having issues with money, here is what I recommend to you to do as far as online business is concerned and in general, making your life much better. So in my previous video, I talked about how it's your fault if you are broke. I got a lot of hateful emails from that, and I'll show those in just a second. But let's get into the actual guide. Okay, so everyone, welcome to the live stream here today. And what we're going to talk about is how I got myself out of $10,000 in debt and went from that to be an online millionaire. So if you're broke right now, I just want to let you know, like I've been there. It's something you can overcome. It's going to take a little bit of looking deep inside of yourself to really uncover why those reasons are that you're becoming broke, okay, or that you are broke. So here's the strategies you can do to become unbroke. You ready? Okay. So step number one is to understand what money's for. Money's not to buy stuff. Money's not meant to be used to impress people. So money is what gives you freedom, security, peace of mind, options, and the ability to unleash your full potential here on earth. So based off of advertising we see all the time and the way society conditions us to think that there is status if you get a nice car, especially if you're a dude, you're like, I get the nice car, the girl, I'm going to impress the girl. These are just tricks. These are tricks to your mind that are going to keep you continually broke as you chase that perception of status. So a lot of people are buying the iPhones because they want to look like they're somebody that they're not. So that is the first thing that you need to do is understand what money is for. It's for freedom. It's for your ability to do really good things in life. Okay. And once you bring that in, once that sinks in, now it's going to take you years for this to happen. It's not like you're going to be like, wake up one day, okay, well, now that I understand the whole purpose of money, it's all good now. This is something that you have to learn through pain and suffering, or you can take my advice here and try to go from that. Okay. The next tip here is to face reality. You have to say to yourself, I am where I am because of me. So in my story, I talked about I had a hosting company that did really well in high school. It got up to about $30,000 a month, and I just let it get away from me. So I had a lot of expenses that I built up, and the client base started to decline a little bit. And because of that, I got myself into about $10,000 in debt. Now, here's the thing. When I'm running around, I'm going around just thinking I'm this big hot shot. I got my Porsche. I got, I'm paying for friends' meals and stuff, but I didn't really quite sink in that I was broke at that point, worse than broke, $10,000 in debt. So I was under this delusion that I'm this great big entrepreneur, and the reason why I'm having these problems is just a fluke. It's a fluke, and I'm gonna dig myself out of it. So what the first step for me was to finally see right then and there that I was the cause of my problems. I'm exactly where I'm at here because of the things that I did, and it's not until that moment until you're to when you'll be able to take the action needed to get out of the hole or get out of that kind of debt that you're in. Okay, so that's the first thing. And millennials have such a problem with this. I see people walking around like they're the king of the world. They're just like, the sidewalk game where everyone just like decides who's going to yield. Well, a lot of these people are broke. They're broke and they're walking around like they own things when they're an owner of nothing. They can't even own themselves. So this illusion that we need to put on this to ourselves is even the worst thing, to convince yourself that you're somebody that you're not. So you need to humble up a little bit. Once you become humble, then you can grow, then you can achieve things. So let me know if you agree with that statement, if you know what I'm talking about. Just give me a yes in the chat box. More importantly, I'm just doing this to make sure that you can hear me and see me. And then in just a second, we'll jump right into the next tips. Okay, give me a yes in the chat box if you can hear me, and then we'll jump right on into the next problem. See, I've definitely come to realize that arrogance and money do not mix. They do not mix because you're unable to see your faults, and because of that, you're going to be doing a lot of stupid things with money. I see like sports stars, movie stars become arrogant, and before long, they become broke because number one, they are not able to face their weaknesses and to see where their shortcomings are. Another thing, and this is the email I talked about in the previous video. Oh, let me change. Okay, we're on Skype. And another thing in the previous video, I talked about why it's your fault if you're broke, and I got a lot of hateful emails. Here's one of those. He says, please go beep yourself. If you think it's my fault that the country doesn't support a living wage, you're the worst kind of self-absorbed rich. Boop. Bye. Okay? Here's how life works. You get paid what you get paid what you're worth, period. Okay, it may take time for that to catch up. People may not see your worth in the first year or two. It may take several years for that to catch up, but eventually, if you have skill, if you have talent, if you have things that people are willing to value, they will pay you for that eventually. So you get paid what you're worth, period. Now, if you start going and saying things like, "Oh, society does this, they don't look out for me, and getting this victim mentality, you're going to be broke for the rest of your life. Another way to look at this is the perfect analogy is, let's say you flip hamburgers right now. It's a great job to start with if you're starting out. Do you think that if you on the side were to become a PhD in, let's just say, engineering or programming, do you think that you'd make way more than that as flipping burgers? Of course you would. That's because you invested in yourself. You became worth more. So it has nothing to do with what society is trying to hold you down. It's about what you can produce, the creativity that you can create. That is what gets you money. Okay, so that's rule number 2. Rule number 3 is don't make excuses. Somewhere, this is another email I got, and I suppose the rich kids with daddy's money who buy businesses and bribe politicians are just worth more than people making 9-to-5s in a sweatshop. So this is an excuse. You're saying, oh, well, people have rich daddies, they have money that was given to them. It's all BS. I guarantee you right now, somewhere in the world, there's someone with less than you, less talent, less education, less brain power, doing it up, going after the things they want, and probably achieving the things that you want to achieve for yourself. So because that's real, that's a real thing, someone with less doing better, this is an excuse. So it's another thing you have to get out of your mind. Okay, rule number 1. So I'm going to give you the cold, hard truth here. People come to this channel and they're going to YouTube because they're broke and they're like, I want to start an online business so I can start making money. I get this all the time. People send emails. Hey man, hey Dan, I'm going to be evicted from my apartment in like 2 weeks. Do you think this online business will make me enough money so I don't get evicted? Like, whoa, take it easy. I mean, like don't bring that stress to me, and more importantly, don't bring it to yourself. You can't do that in 2 weeks. You're looking for a miracle. You're living in a delusion. An online business will not get you that in 2 weeks. So what I'm going to say to you is, like, obviously I want you to buy my programs, Stay Home Commissions, Tube Tycoon. Obviously I want you to invest in my programs. But if you're 2 weeks from being in debt, or like you're stressed out because you can't put food on the table, now is not the time to start an online business. I mean, I'm sorry to say it, sorry to break it to you, but it's time for a reality check. So what do? Get a job. That's what you need right now. You need a job, okay? And sell whatever you can right now to get cash. Or there's got to be a TV sitting around. I guarantee you right now there's probably a TV, an Xbox, a PS4, and probably a bunch of other junk that you can sell to get cash. Your primary goal right now is to stack cash, okay? Get into reality. The online business is not going to be your saving grace right now, okay? Next step is to find gigs online. There's a lot of work available online. I talked about this in my previous video. Go to popular Facebook groups where people need work done, internet marketing groups, whatever it is. Write articles if you have to. Do video editing if you have to. If you don't have the skills, spend the next week learning that skill. This is what you're going to need to do to pull yourself out of this thing. So any job you can get, and if people are offering, you have a lot of competition, undercut the competition if you have to. I mean, you need to get money right now. So it doesn't matter if you're getting paid half of what you're worth. You need to get cash and start stacking it. So every hour of the day that you can fill up with income producing activities, go and do it. Get a second job if you have to. This is the only way to go about it. There is no magic solution that you're looking for. It's to face reality, square up and say, I need to get money right now. So that's the goal number 1 for you, is to do that. It sucks, I know. But what other option do you have? Do you have a rich dad or a rich mom to cover things for you? Well, if no, this is the only thing that you can do. Okay? So let's go into the steps. Step number 1, get your personal finances under control. If you have credit card debt, pay it off right now. It's a 20% interest rate. Like, even starting a business, it's hard to get 20% growth per year. So 20% right there, easy money. So pay it off. I know this is very, very, cliche and common sense. Pay that debt off. Do you have it right now? Is it sitting? Is it weighing on your mind? Don't think about business right now. Get that debt under control. I know you watch channels like Grant Cardone. He's like, oh, well, if you get 20%, well, I can make 40% on my real estate. You can't. So pay the guaranteed money off first, 20%. That is a lot of interest that's going to be weighing you down. Don't be thinking, oh, I could just start an online business. I'll easily double my money. Or if I invest in Bitcoin, forget all that. Get that out of your mind. That's a bunch of delusion. Pay off the debt. That is what's real to you right now. That's what's holding you down. That's what's keeping your mind from expanding and thinking of higher level thoughts instead of these base primitive emotions of fear and stress. So get rid of the debt's the first step there. Okay, step number 2 is to trim the fat. Time equals money, guys. So you cannot get the sleep. You can't change that. You need that no matter what. I don't recommend that you sacrifice sleep at all, no matter how much money you have. So you have your 8 hours. Now, morning routine, right? There's probably about 5 to 10 minutes in your morning routine that you can trim out. Let's say work, right? You go to work. There's probably a few minutes in there that you can trim out. Lunch, you're probably maybe eating 5-10 minutes too long. Go through each activity you do and see where the waste is. So this is a skill that you build up, and it's easy to fall out of this discipline to use your time wisely, but time equals money. And I can guarantee you, show me someone that is not using their time right, and I guarantee you they're broke, because time creates money. So first things first, try to get control of your time. Try to save 5-10 minutes over each day. Try to save 5 extra minutes. This is something I'm constantly doing. I'm not perfect. I also look at things and I'm like, oh man, like I really like fell back on my discipline here. I've been wasting like 20-30 minutes in the morning just piddling around looking at news online. Like, this is money that's being spent here. So get that under control and work your way up from there. One little carve, one little slice at a time. Okay, another thing that you have to take care of is, and again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you this based off of my experience. Like, I'm wearing a robe, for God's sakes. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. It's just what worked for me. These are all the things that I did. And that's why I'm not coming at you from this point of superiority. I'm talking because I've been exactly where you are right now. I'm coming to you from, this is what worked for me. Okay, step number 3, small leaks sink big ships. This is one of the hardest things to kind of comprehend. When I was doing really well in my hosting company, I was like, whoa, I'm making $30,000 a month. Who cares about all the paying for a friend's meal here? Who cares about, maybe not saving on a purchase like I could have saved? These small like $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, these things all add up. And I look back and I'm like, whoa, where'd all the money go? Well, at that time, I probably spent $100,000 on, takeout and eating out with friends. So 100 G's there. Yeah, I bought the Porsche, but it was these smaller things that added up more. So it's these small things, not the big things that sink you. And it's very easy, like things like cable bills, phone bills. Trim these bad boys down. Try to find some way to get these as small as possible. Like my internet and my phone combined right now, 60, 70. It's under $100 for both of those a month. It's the lowest it can go. It's like I trimmed it down to 25 megabit a second internet connection. I'm an online professional. I mean, I work. The way I make money is from my computer. I've seen no difference at all. It's 25 megabits up and down. It's like the lowest tier on there. There's zero difference. So that's savings right there. Think about ways you can carve these out and trim the fat. Constantly trim the fat in your life. This is a discipline, and with that discipline, you will slowly but surely build the skills you need to run a business. Okay. So these things take time, and with these time, you improve on the 2 core skills that every entrepreneur needs. You don't need a lot of brains. All you need is discipline and self-denial, the ability to deny temporarily the things that you want. Okay, so Bill, put that on the back burner and focus on your business. So these are the skills you absolutely have to possess. And there's a saying, I think it's Jim Rohn says this: learn to rule when the amounts are small, so you can rule when the amounts are large. So let's continue with the online business angle here. I have many friends that have come into the business, and I did it too, so I know exactly how easy it is to do. You start thinking, oh, the online business is going to solve all my problems. Well, they come in and let's say they do a product launch, they pull in a nice $200,000 payday, and so they clear $100,000 on the taxes after taxes. That money's gone within 3 months. Why? Because they weren't able to solve the same problems that got them there in the first place. They had poor financial discipline. They were chasing status symbols so they can impress girls, which is, it's only natural to want to do that. And does it work? It works. I mean, it works. But right now, if you're young, it's not time for you to be doing that. Right now, it's time to get your money right. So let's fix that first, and then you can worry about those types of things. Once you have the passive income coming in, you don't have to worry about actively earning that money. Then you do that stuff. Right now, we got to focus on getting you cash, building up that bank account, and clearing out that debt. That is the number one thing. So where I'm going with this, if you're broke right now, if you're about 2 weeks away from being in an apartment, don't buy my program. Okay? It's not good for you. It's not good for me. It's not good for anybody. Okay, so with that said, if you're here watching this, let me know your questions here. Give me some of that loving in the YouTube chat box, and let me answer some of your questions. Let me know. Toronto business gentleman says, butt hurt snowflakes. Need to wake up call. You're 100% responsible for your life. Absolutely. Something about millennials. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just that's what it feels like because I see it. But millennials cannot take. They're unable to see their faults. I'm sure I have blind spots in my self-awareness there too. But I see so many. I live in like a college town with like more of a younger people. It's like probably the age around 20 to like 30 or so. Literally, people think they're like some kind of king walking around. They're cashiers sitting behind in a store, acting like they're kings of the universe. You haven't earned it yet. So if you're broke, you're not there yet. I mean, you got to earn it. You got to earn it. And even when you do earn it, you don't act like that. But where I'm going with this is that millennials are unable to face reality, and they live in this delusion. If you're a millennial, I don't know if that's you or not. That's what I see. Do you agree with that? Do you see what I'm talking about? Like, everyone is so narcissistic. They're unable to see like how weak they really are. Here's what I believe is true. Especially as a man, you don't matter. It doesn't matter. You like the way you're how you are, who you are down inside does not matter one bit. The only thing that matters is your ability to produce and earn money. There's nothing else, unfortunately. So get the first thing you got to do is just get down to understand your rank right now, your rank in life. Going back to the online business I ran, I thought I was the king of the world. I said this before, the king of the world. It took me a good about a year for that to catch up. That I was like, whoa, I'm not the guy anymore. I'm just a freaking schmo now. But it wasn't until I was like, okay, I looked myself in the mirror and I was like, well, you're broke. You've been spending your time like drinking and hanging out with people you shouldn't hang out with. You're now a nobody. It wasn't until then that I was like, okay, it's time to like get my stuff together and get this together. Okay, next question. Let's see here. Boom Blogger says, thank you for your honesty. No problem. Brett Garmel says, is it worth going to a little debt each month to pay for software that will help your business grow in the distant future? Brett, I would say no. Because, unless you can really, unless you're talented enough to know that first certain that tool that you're about to buy is going to get you more than a 40 or 50% return within 1 year, then even more. I'm saying if you're able to double your money in 1 year because of that tool, then maybe it's worth it. If you know for certain. But if you're just starting out and you have no idea how online business works, this is not the way to go. Okay, so I'm going to just say just the law of averages here. Well, you've been around for a while. I know you. So, I mean, it just depends how much you're making now with your business. I will say this, a magic software tool is not going to mean the difference between you like having $100 a month and $10,000 a month. What's going to make the difference is you just driving traffic and getting sales. Yeah, the software tool may help with that, but it's really just a Band-Aid. So, and don't get me wrong, I use plenty of software tools. Right now, off the top of my head, I can think I probably pay $1,500 a month on various softwares, marketing software and all that, but that's because I need it. Now, if you're going to use that money for like an email marketing service or something like that, then okay, that might be a good use of the money because you need that in order to make more money. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. I'm having trouble with the questions here. They're getting cut off. Corey says, nice strategy to tie a YouTube channel, blog, and website together and constantly evolve. So Corey, get my if you're not broke, get my stay home commission program, stayhomecommissions.com. I talk exactly about this. This is my new program for that. Okay, Brett says he's making a few thousand a month, but want to get to the next level. So Brett, that's okay for you because you have a business coming in, and because you have a business coming in, with income coming in, this is probably okay for you to invest in this. Now, if that said, if you're like broke personally broke, then I suggest you weigh your options here. Boom Blogger says, what do you think about men and women relationships? Why don't you have a couple? Um, well, I think people rush into into relationships too soon. There's a lot of pressure for, especially in America, like a hookup culture, and you know, getting a lot of mating partners. I think it's going to throw you off your grind a lot, especially if you're serious about it, you have a purpose in life. If you have, um, goals, real long-reaching goals, messing around with a relationship is probably not the best idea. So obviously you're going to have that genetic urge to do that, but I mean, especially if you're male, you can wait until 30 or above to worry about that. Personally, I'm engaged, so but you need someone who's compatible, a partner who's compatible with you, someone who doesn't spend money. That's number one. If you want to be a successful business person, you need a partner who doesn't waste your money. Like you're out there making it, it's going out the other door. That is compatibility compatibility must number one. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. A no drama person. If you're running a business, you need someone that brings zero drama into your life. You need stability, because running a business is hard. It's hard emotionally. So you don't need, on top of that, someone else adding fuel to the fire. So and that's why having money is important, because having money that neither partner needs to worry about the money anymore, that brings a lot of the drama out of the equation. Okay. Those are my thoughts on that. I'm trying to think of anything of any other value. Just make sure you're compatible. You have to be compatible in the sense that, like, your traits have to complement and vice versa. One sec. So two rules. That person needs to be good with money and zero drama. Okay, and you gotta like them too. Okay, that's that. Boom Blogger says, "Did you reach your goals? What about your goals never ending? So what is the point?" Well, I mean, life is work, and I know this is coming from the lazy guy, but the moment you stop working is the moment you stop getting respect. You're gonna, especially if you're in a relationship, if you stop working, if you make less than your partner, you're gonna get disrespected. So, and not only that, but you're gonna feel like crap. You're gonna get depressed. You're gonna get anxious. So the reason why you keep going until the day you die is because that's how you build self confidence, security, and get respect from other people, which is important. Not like fake status, but getting respect from people that you respect is really important for humans. Not false respect because you drive a Porsche. Okay. Eddie Place says, congratulations on your engagement. Thank you. Any additional questions for me? Andy says, you got to eat right too. Vegetarian, more energy, no alcohol. Absolutely. He says, it took me years to realize I was wasting hours and days by drinking, not sleeping, not eating right. I don't even know why I didn't think to put that on the slides. Absolutely crucial there, especially when it comes to sleep. Like if you have to sleep for 10 hours and you're only getting 7 hours of sleep, that's 3 hours of wasted time. This has always been a problem for me. This is why I sleep so much. It's because I'm not getting deep in REM sleep. I wasn't. Now, I've been working a lot more on that, and I am seeing improvement. So I'm basically able to sleep. The time I spend actually in bed is now significantly less to get the same amount of sleep. So this is allowing me to create an extra hour or more per day to be able to do things. Giovanni says, excited for the live training. Giovanni, hey man, I sent you an email. Let me know let me know what you want me to do. Check your email. Let me know if you want to, which way you want to go with that. Okay, someone's asking about stay-home commissions. Okay, so I don't want to spend much time talking about it. I'll give you a quick little rundown because this is about a different topic here. Stay-home commissions is essentially, it's my new program. It teaches you how to earn ClickBank affiliate commissions in a way that's as natural to you as breathing. Okay, so if you go to stayhomecommissions.com, right there, it'll run you through everything that you receive. It's the first week starts in 2 days. It will, of course, be recorded. There's right now about 5 hours of very, very good commission getting training inside the members area, but just go there. I don't want to go too nuts into it because I don't want to sell too hard on my YouTube channel as much anymore. Okay, any additional questions? Any sleep tips? Any sleep tips is, well, sleep tip number one, I have a video on my channel about this somewhere. Sleep tip number one is you want to have about a 2-hour runway where you kind of calm down at the end of the night. So with that, get off the computer. I fail to do this a lot. I've kind of fallen out of my premium optimized schedule, but 2 hours of sleep, but 2 hours before you go to bed, like wind down, just read some books, do something like that. No computers, no bright lights, cut all that off. Number 2, when you wake up, make sure you go outside just to get like your rhythm in alignment. Number 3 would be to just improve your nutrition. There's a lot to it. There's another video on my channel. Just check that out. I don't feel like talking about sleep right now, to be in all honesty. Brett says, how am I investing my money right now? I'm not a financial advisor. Let me point this out. So this is not financial advice. I'm a guy wearing a robe on the internet. Like, take it for what it's worth. I have about, I'm trying to think of the figures here, breakdown. I have about 200, I have about 20, like less than 20% of my net worth right now in stocks. Very stable, cash-rich companies that are going to be around for a while. So this is what I'm invested in. I'm not saying do it yourself. Like, do your own due diligence. These are just the companies I like. Warren Buffett's company right now, Berkshire Hathaway. Coca-Cola, Google. I have some Apple stock, which I bought it real early on, so it's making a lot of money. I'll keep that there. I have some Facebook, because like a lot of things are going digital right now. So I figure, even ad revenue might drop, but there's more people to see the stuff. Another investment I have is a Vanguard Health Fund. So it's like various healthcare companies, Triple M. So they make like masks and a lot of industrial products, glues, adhesives, medical things like dental floss, sandpaper dental floss, all kinds of weird things that you don't really think about, but it's kind of like the glue that holds society together. I have one sec. The box of doom. No, I have a natural gas pipeline investment, and an index fund that tracks the market. Hold on, let me clean this up. The damn box. All right, we're just gonna have to go with it. Toronto Business Gentleman says, do you invest in real estate? The way I look at it is you should have one investment competence and one business competence. So I don't want to do real estate right now because because it's just too much to take care of. It's really hard. You only have so much time of the day to do things. So if you have 3 investment things you got going on, if you have a business you got going on, that's how you burn yourself out and get overwhelmed with stress. So that's pick one, either real estate or stocks. Pick one. That's one option you can do. All right, someone's asking about stay-at-home commissions. So just go to stayatehomecommissions.com. It's essentially a 6-week program to walk you through how to create a ClickBank business that makes earning commissions as natural to you as either sleeping, walking, or breathing. Okay, so we'll walk you through from basement to rooftop to building that business. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or if you have experience. If you have my Deadbeat Super Affiliate program or my Tube Tycoon program. It's cherry on top. Okay, so if you have either of those, this is going to just take everything to a stratospheric level so you can earn more commissions and easier. Okay, there's a lot to talk about. I don't feel like talking about it on this program, but of course, as a bonus, you get this bad boy right here. I'll ship it right to you. Your own Deadbeat mug and a lot of things that are even more valuable than the program itself. So check that out. I don't want to make this a big pitch for this because these things get boring when I do that. Okay. Brett says, okay, cool. It seems like some level of diversification is a wise idea. Yeah, I mean, based off my business stuff, the idea of diversification is actually, I think it's false. It's false in the sense that if you put all your energy into one thing that you know that's going to work really well, That's how you get filthy rich. All right. Not like diversifying and trying to have like 3 different businesses. It's like just doing that one business really well is what's going to get you inordinary amounts of money. Now from there, then it probably, once you have a lot of cash flow coming in, you have a lot of cash, then it makes sense for you to pick some investments that you can kind of do hands off, or let someone take care of for you, or, which I don't necessarily recommend when it comes to money, you should be the only one in control. But then you can maybe put some of that money elsewhere. So I'm more of a focused investor. I do have index funds and stuff like that to create that diversification. But it's kind of like it's kind of like a style thing. It depends on how you want to go. Brett says, I would definitely recommend Dan's Tube Tycoon course. Very helpful. Thank you, Brett. Anyone have any additional questions for me? What's with the Amazon affiliate program? So they just don't really need affiliates anymore. I mean, Amazon they have the market on lockdown. Like everyone knows Amazon's the place to go. So, excuse me. So I recommend doing digital affiliate stuff now, or third-party physical products. So that's why I released stay-home commissions. That's because digital affiliate offers is where the money's at right now, especially with the way things are going. But even into the future, learning how to promote these kinds of offers, which by the way, it's a lot different than selling Amazon stuff, right? As an Amazon affiliate, it's just like send traffic to Amazon, let them take care of the rest for you. With ClickBank products, with other digital affiliate products, you need to take people through a certain sequence to convince them to buy. Okay, so that's a crucial thing for you. Crucial thing to do. Okay, any additional questions? If not, I'll just end this stream out today. I wanted to do this a short one because I know these hour ones kind of get tiring. Okay, final message will be this. I'm trying to come up with something prolific to say. Hold on one sec. Okay. Very few people in life get to do the things they want to do. It is a luxury to be able to achieve the goals and to be able to achieve good things in life. And the one thing that you have to have for that is money. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Money gives you the time, the freedom, the mental peace of mind to be able to achieve and reach your full potential here on earth with the short amount of time that you have to do those things. So really, it comes down to this. Do you want to buy a bunch of junk? A bunch of stuff? Do you want to leave a bunch of stuff behind as your legacy, or do you want to create something good that will withstand the test of time, to be able to create money and wealth that you can pass down to your kids and family? If your answer is that to your question, then my advice to you would be to start thinking about money all the time. At the end of the night, you should be reading about money. Spend an hour every single night reading about money, how it works, how you can create it, how you can grow it. All of these thoughts and all of this learning will help you improve your money mindset. You have to think about it every single day. I can guarantee you with 100% certainty that someone that is filthy rich today, or even comfortably rich, $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, I guarantee you they spend the majority of a good portion of their brain power thinking about money. Okay, it's not about greed. It's not about looking better than other people. So you can be, look at me, I'm the rich guy. You're just a broke chump. That is not important. What's important is you being the best that you can possibly be, and money is what is required to do that. Okay. So with that said, my name is Dan Brock, the Deadbeat Super Affiliate. And quick note, by the way, stay home commissions, I'm going to raise the price on that pretty soon. So if you haven't, I recommend you head there right now to stayhomecommissions.com. It will only be at the small, low investment of what it's at right now, only for a very short period of time. So if you haven't, get it right now. And with that said, I will see you in my next video, and hopefully I will have the box of doom finally solved. I'll see you guys later.